Hey guys, Josiah here with Aesthetyx Fitness. In today's video, I'm going to talk to you about completing my Spartan Trifecta. Alright, so I know I just did a video a couple weeks ago about running a Spartan Beast, and I promise this is going to be the last Spartan obstacle course race related video for a little while anyways. But, functional training and being able to actually use your strength and fitness to accomplish things is a big part of this channel, both aesthetics and functionality and practicality. So I wanted to talk to you about both my training and progression of training and race times throughout my Spartan Sprint, Beast, and Super that I did to earn my Spartan Trifecta, because this last weekend I just completed my Spartan Super and got one of my best times overall, and wanted to kind of share that with you guys so that you can learn from my experience. But before we get started with today's video, make sure to click that subscribe button down below and press that little bell icon as well. That way every time I come up with a new video, you guys are getting notified and not missing out on any great new content. Also, if you feel like it really helps me if you click that like button down below as well. Now, with that out of the way, let's get started. So for those of you who don't know, to earn a Spartan Race Spartan Trifecta, what you have to do is complete all 3 of the different distances of Spartan races in the same calendar year. So that is a Sprint, which is 3+ miles, a Beast, which is 12+ miles, and a Super, which is 8+ miles. I did those out of order because that's the order that I ran them in. So this year in June, I ran the Ohio Spartan Sprint, followed by the Chicago area Spartan Beast in Indiana 2 weeks ago, and then this last weekend I ran the Michigan Spartan Super at the Michigan International Speedway. And I already talked about my experience with the Spartan Beast in another video. You can check that out here, so I won't bore you with that. But more so in this video, I wanted to talk to you about the progression that I was able to make in the 2 weeks between the 13-mile Beast that I ran and the 9-mile Super that I ran in Michigan. And the main measure of success that I used for that is the fact that my time for the Sprint, which was almost exactly half the distance of the Super that I just ran, was 1 hour and 20 minutes. And then for the Super that I just ran, my time was 2 hours and 6 minutes. So I did exactly double the distance in significantly less than half the time, which to me means that, especially when you factor in the overall, endurance capacity that you need to double the distance and the fact that your fatigue is going to catch up with you a little faster, I actually significantly did improve my overall running abilities and overall obstacle overtaking abilities between the Sprint and the Super that I did, so sort of over the course of all the Spartan races this year. Now, transparency in science has always been a big part of this channel, so I do have to say that the Ohio Sprint does take place at an off-road all-terrain park, so you're dealing with a lot more hills and kind of all-terrain, rugged sort of running surfaces, as opposed to at the Michigan International Speedway, where you're dealing with a combination of like tarmac and fields they're running through. There's a lot less vertical elevation gain. So I would say that will affect the completion time a little bit. However, with the amount of time that I was able to shave off, I think it's very clear that I did make objective performance gains in between those 2 races. And I will say, I think running the Beast in between them really helped, because I got my body ready for that much harder task, so that then 2 weeks later it had already kind of done that and would have a much easier time running a race that ended up being 5 or 4 miles shorter than the previous race. And that brings me to my last point, which is something I really wanted to touch on in today's video, and that is, in my Spartan Beast video a couple weeks ago, I'd actually kind of laid out the groundwork for a very specific plan of training that I was going to follow in the 2 weeks between the Beast and the Super, sort of recovering from the Beast and improving my 1-mile time to help me to be able to run faster in between obstacles, since this is a shorter race with the Super. However, disaster struck and I got very, very ill on like the Wednesday after the Spartan Beast, all the way through the whole weekend, and was just barely recovered before I ran the Super. So I had almost no ability to train at all. It started off as a sore throat, so I was trying to do some mild lifting and a little bit of cardio as I went into that weekend, but then I got a really bad chest cough and like productive cough and mucus and everything. You don't want to hear all of that. But anyway, I was sick all weekend and through Monday, Tuesday, and then was able to train a little bit more on Wednesday, Thursday, and then just rest up on Friday to try to be set for the race last Saturday. So with that being said, somehow I still was able to improve in that time frame, and I think part of it came from having run the Beast, but I really wanted to talk to you about that because it does go to show that if you are sick and you need to recover, taking a week or even 2 weeks if you have to off of hard training isn't going to set you back immeasurably. This is something I talked about in a different video in the Should You Work Out When Sick. You see all the videos on my channel kind of tied together. That's why I got to watch all of them. But the idea of people being terrified of losing their gains in performance when sick is something that is very real for a lot of people. But the fact is, taking a week off from training, you'll just jump right back in. You're not going to suddenly lose everything if you have to rest and relax. And like I said, if you are sick just from the neck up and you just have like a stuffy nose and a sore throat, doing some light workout, some light training, just trying to maintain your lifts and maybe do a little less volume is really good at helping maintain your strength and make your body, continue to grow and continue to maintain the muscle mass that you do have, rather than starting to waste away if you do just quit entirely. But again, if you are really sick, laid up with a chest cough, things like that, just take it easy, let your body recover, because that is what it is trying to do, and the faster you rest, the faster your body will recover, and the faster you can get back to training harder and better. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. Remember to click that like button down below if you enjoyed the video, and comment down below letting me know if you were at the Michigan Super. If you were, let me know your time down below so we can compare times, because that's always fun. And of course, click that subscribe button, because I have new content coming out every Monday and Friday for you that I don't want you guys to miss out on, so that I can help you train smarter and look better.